Sheffield United 0-5 Brighton. Mason Holgate sent off as Simon Adingra scores twice in thumping Seagulls win. Report and free match highlights as Brighton move up to 7th in Premier League. Sheffield United's Mason Holgate sent off for horror tackle. Facundo Buonanot nets opener before Danny Welbeck adds second. Ben Osborne goal ruled out. Jack Robinson own goal before Simon Adingra's late double. Sheffield United defender Mason Holgate was sent off in the 13th minute for a horror tackle which helped Brighton ease to a 5-0 victory at Bramall Lane. Holgate lunged in knee-high on Brighton's Karo Mitoma and was shown a straight red card following a VAR check before the visitors piled on the misery for Chris Wilder's side, who became the first team in top division history to concede 5 or more goals in 3 consecutive home games. Facundo Buonanot forced in the opener at a corner and Danny Welbeck slammed home the second 4 minutes later, while the Blades had Ben Osborne's goal ruled out for offside on the stroke of halftime. Brighton dominated the second half, eventually repeating their quick-fire double as Jack Robinson turned the ball into his own net before Simon Adingra swept in their fourth just 2 minutes later. Adingra's late deflected effort nestled into the bottom corner for Brighton's 5th and became Sheffield United's 65th goal conceded this season, the most in Premier League history after 25 games, which leaves them 7 points from safety as Brighton move up to 7th. How Brighton hammered Sheffield United. Both goalkeepers were forced into early saves as Brighton's Bart Verbruggen parried from Jayden Bogle before Wes Foderingham had to be alert to keep teammate Anil Ahmedhodzic from diverting the ball into his own net. Holgate's moment of madness allowed Brighton to take control with Buonanot soon hooking in from close range at a corner in the 21st minute and Welbeck then smashing home the rebound from Mitoma's shot 3 minutes later. Mitoma and then Pascal Gross both had efforts cleared off the Sheffield United goal line, but the visitors were fortunate not to concede when Osborne was given offside after scoring via a ricochet off Buonanot, which was deemed not to have been deliberate. Brighton had 82% possession in the second half, yet it took until the 75th minute for them to score the third as Mitoma's cross from the left was turned into his own net by Robinson. The home fans were still heading for the exits as Adingra netted the fourth from Gross' cross, and it got worse when the winger's effort looped over Foderingham via a deflection. Redknapp, Holgate tackle scandalous. Sky Sports' Jamie Redknapp on Sky Sports Premier League. It's one of the worst tackles I've seen in years. Even in my era, that would have been a scandalous tackle. How on earth Mitoma's managed to get his leg out of the way, I've no idea, but thank goodness he has, or that's career-ending. I feel so sorry for Chris Wilder when you have a player who does that. I've got no idea what he's thinking, he's cost his team. Wilder, Holgate apologized for mistimed tackle. Sheffield United manager Chris Wilder told Sky Sports, "I've got no arguments with the sending off. Excessive force and everything. Some of the older players will be shaking their heads on that, but the game has moved on. We understand the game now as it is and not as it was. He gave a yellow card straight away, he thought it was yellow, and went to the monitor, and I've got no complaints about that. We've got to be competitive, aggressive, strong in duels and challenges and tackles, but we have to make sure we get it right and timing's right. Obviously, Mason didn't get that timing right." In his post-match press conference, Wilder added, "Holgate has apologized to the boys. He understands it, he's an experienced pro. He's got it wrong. De Zerbi, red card made it an easier game." Brighton manager Roberto De Zerbi told Sky Sports, "We are very happy for the result. Obviously, the red card for Sheffield United changed the game. We have to be honest, when they concede a red card and we have a player more, it is easier, because otherwise, the game would be very tough. When we are dominating the game, we have more intention and more focus not to concede a counterattack. Because we play with our style, and our style is to try to dominate the game. Different teams play on the counterattack and they want to play without the ball. We have to be more focused on the safe passes, short passes, shorter passes, and to stay many players close to the ball, because when we lose the ball we have to react and not concede." Opta Stats, Holgate sees red again. This was Brighton and Hove Albion's biggest ever margin of victory in an away top-flight match. And biggest on the road in any league outing since February 2000, when they won 7-1 at Chester City in the 4th tier. Brighton have had 12 Premier League goals scored by teenagers this season. Ex-goal. Own goals, the most by a side in a single campaign in the competition since West Brom in 2012-13-14. Sheffield United have conceded 36 goals in 13 Premier League home games this season. In English top-flight history, only Darwin in 1891-92-43 and Aston Villa in 1935-36-41 have ever shipped more from their first 13 home matches of a campaign. Since the start of 2021-22, no player has been given more red cards in the Premier League than Sheffield United's Mason Holgate 3. In the 13th minute, his was the earliest straight red card given to a player in a game in the competition since Nathaniel Chalobah for Fulham v Newcastle in October 2022. 8th minute. Fantasy Premier League stats. Sheffield United vs Brighton FPL stats. Goals: Adingra 2, Buonanotte, Welbeck, Robinson OG. Assists: Mitoma 2, Dunk, Gross, Fatty. Bonus points: Dunk 3 points. Adingra, Gross 2 points. Play Fantasy Premier League and see more stats here. What's next? Sheffield United are back on Sky Sports next Sunday, travelling to Wolves in the Premier League on Super Sunday. Kickoff 1:30 p.m. Brighton are back in Premier League action on Saturday as they host Everton, kickoff 3 p.m. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.